Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Werner Herzog interview, Our culture of complaint disgusts me. Singapore arrest, India money, China PMI, Saturday Asia briefing. Hunt says welfare reforms and AI could help end ever-rising taxes. Peak TV is over. A different Hollywood is coming. IRS consultant charged in leak of tax returns for Trump, wealthy Americans. Werner Herzog interview, Our culture of complaint disgusts me. Telegraph. Renowned German film director Werner Herzog has released a memoir entitled Every Man for Himself and God Against All. In the book, Herzog details his experiences and views on a wide range of topics, from his childhood in extreme poverty to his encounters with the infamous actor Klaus Kinski. He also discusses his cinematic philosophy and his belief that his prose and poetry will outlive his films. Despite being 81 years old, Herzog remains active and continues to make films, the most recent being the drama Family Romance, LLC in 2019. He also reveals that he does not own a mobile phone and uses the internet selectively. Herzog is known for his unique voice and style of storytelling in his documentaries and films. In the memoir, he discusses his approach to filmmaking and the importance of authenticity in genuine danger. He recounts the filming of his 1972 masterpiece Aguirre, The Wrath of God, which involved navigating dangerous rapids in the Amazon. Herzog also reflects on his relationship with Klaus Kinski and the intense battles of wills they had during the making of several films. Despite their tumultuous relationship, Herzog acknowledges Kinski's talent and unique presence on screen. The memoir provides a glimpse into Herzog's personal life and his views on various subjects, such as religion, cancel culture, and the future of humanity in the face of technological advancements. He expresses his belief that humans may die out soon due to their biological fragility and collective behavior. However, he remains optimistic about the enduring power of his own work and the ability of art to transcend time and technology. Singapore arrest, India money, China PMI, Saturday Asia briefing. Bloomberg. This article highlights various global events and situations that are currently impacting different regions. It mentions the start of Golden Week in China and the Mid-Autumn Festival in Asia, which has led to a significant number of people traveling and enjoying time with family. However, it also notes that some individuals are unable to travel, such as the co-founder of Three Arrows Capital, who was recently arrested in Singapore. The article also mentions the billionaire founder of Chinese developer Evergrande, who is under police control due to the company's failure to pay investors. The article further discusses the troubles facing China's property market and the potential impact on stocks. It also mentions the ongoing dispute between Canada and India, as well as the challenges facing the United States, including auto worker strikes, a potential government shutdown, and natural disasters. The article concludes by mentioning India's withdrawal of its highest value banknote and encouraging the outsourcing sector in the Philippines to embrace artificial intelligence. Hunt says welfare reforms and AI could help end ever-rising taxes. The Independent. UK Chancellor Jeremy Hunt has suggested that welfare reforms and the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, into the public sector could help end the vicious circle of ever-rising taxes. He believes that technological advances in teaching, policing, and healthcare could streamline the state and reduce the burden on public finances. Hunt stated that AI will bring about the biggest transformation of public services in our lifetimes. The Conservative Party is facing calls for tax cuts, amid warnings that taxes will rise to around 37% of national income, equivalent to an additional £3,500 per household, by the next general election. Peak TV is over. A different Hollywood is coming. Wall Street Journal. The Writers Guild of America have agreed to a deal that will see new bonus payouts and higher royalties for writers. However, it could also lead to a contraction of the industry as entertainment companies struggle to meet the increased costs. There are too many streaming services, causing confusion for consumers and making it difficult for companies to make a profit. Hollywood's problems are structural and the solutions are more likely to come from the boardroom than the writer's room. The focus will be on consolidation through mergers, joint ventures or bundles, to make the industry viable. IRS consultant charged in leak of tax returns for Trump, wealthy Americans. Washington Post. A consultant for the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, has been charged with stealing the tax returns of former President Donald Trump and thousands of wealthy Americans and providing them to two news organizations. Charles Edward Littlejohn faces one federal felony count of unauthorized disclosure of tax information, which carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. The dates when the tax information was allegedly stolen align with the publication of information from Trump's tax records by the New York Times in September 2020 and the June 2021 report by ProPublica about the 400 top income reporting Americans. The leaks led to calls to increase taxes on the wealthy and restore funding cuts to IRS tax enforcement. While the Biden administration has scaled back how aggressively it pursues journalists' phone records or other data in such cases, the Justice Department still investigates leaks of classified information or documents that are otherwise protected by federal law. Why you soon won't be able to avoid AI at work or at home. Wall Street Journal. Generative AI tools are becoming increasingly accessible and will soon be difficult to avoid, according to the Wall Street Journal. The report states that using these tools will be necessary to avoid falling behind professionally. Generative AI can be used to generate written and visual communications more quickly, increasing the volume of content created. To avoid drowning in this content, individuals may need to use AI to filter, summarize, and respond to it. Generative AI could become the default interface for information retrieval, both on the internet and within companies. The report does note, however, that first-generation AI tools have limitations and occasionally make things up. While this means that all AI-generated work must be checked, it is still useful for completing rote tasks and can save time. Google's Bard rollout, called Extensions, is an example of generative AI making information more accessible. The technology can search and summarize across a user's Google account, providing summaries of recent documents and even editorializing on the content. Why you soon won't be able to avoid AI. Wall Street Journal. Generative AI tools, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Bard, are set to become increasingly prevalent in everyday life, potentially widening the gap between those using them and those who do not. Generative AI has the ability to generate written and visual communications quickly, thereby increasing productivity and the volume of content produced. Consequently, AI may also be needed to respond to this uptick in information, whether by generating responses or improving filters. Furthermore, generative AI could become the default interface for information retrieval, both on the internet and within companies. However, one potential obstacle to the use of AI in this way is the fact that it often makes things up and requires checking. Nonetheless, AI is adept at carrying out rote tasks, such as writing commonly used text, thereby saving time. Generative AI is already being used in various contexts, such as planning vacations and preparing for job interviews. The trajectory of generative AI appears clear, with many companies vying for attention, money, and time in this area. And that's a wrap on today's news. From the memoir of renowned German film director Werner Herzog to the global events impacting various regions, and the potential impact of AI on our everyday lives, there's certainly a lot to discuss. First, let's talk about Werner Herzog. It's fascinating to hear his perspectives on filmmaking, authenticity, and the enduring power of art. I admire his belief that his prose and poetry will outlive his films, showcasing his humble yet confident outlook on his own work. And can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that he doesn't own a mobile phone? In this age of constant connectivity, it's refreshing to see someone who uses the internet selectively and maintains a sense of detachment. Moving on to the global events, we have a mix of triumphs and troubles. From the start of Golden Week in China and the Mid-Autumn Festival in Asia, which bring people together in celebration, to the challenges faced by individuals like the co-founder of Three Arrows Capital and the billionaire founder of Chinese developer Evergrande. It's a reminder that while some are enjoying festivities and family time, others are dealing with legal issues and financial troubles. Next, we have UK Chancellor Jeremy Hunt's suggestion that welfare reforms and the integration of AI into the public sector could help end the vicious circle of ever-rising taxes. Now, I'm no expert, but it's intriguing to consider the potential of AI in transforming public services and streamlining the state. Will AI truly be the key to reducing the burden on public finances? Only time will tell. Speaking of AI, it seems that generative AI tools are becoming increasingly prevalent in our lives. From generating written and visual communications to filtering and summarizing content, AI is becoming an indispensable tool for staying ahead professionally. But let's not forget that AI has its limitations and occasionally makes things up, so it's important to exercise caution and double-check its output. Nonetheless, the trajectory of generative AI seems clear, and it's exciting to see how it will continue to shape our interactions with information. Finally, the surging bond yields and their potential impact on U.S. stocks. It's no secret that large technology and growth companies have been leading the market higher, but investors are now concerned about high valuations and the vulnerability of these stocks. As the bond yields continue to pressure equities, it will be interesting to see how these powerhouses fare. Well, that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed our little journey through the latest news. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts. What do you make of Werner Herzog's memoir and his views on art and culture? How do you feel about the potential impact of AI on our everyday lives? And what are your thoughts on the surging bond yields and its effect on US stocks? I'm all ears, so go ahead and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.